Joe Bob Tyler is a fixture when it comes to Texoma football coaches. After graduating from Burke Burnett, Tyler continued his playing career at Northeast Louisiana Junior College, which is now the University of Louisiana Monroe. His time interrupted when he left to join the Army during World War II. Joe Bob Tyler was taken as a prisoner of war in the Battle of the Bulge and held captive by the Germans for 4 months. Fortunately, he was liberated in 1945 and returned home. That's when Tyler picked up where he left off on the field, becoming Louisiana Monroe's first ever All-American in football. When his playing career ended, his coaching career began, Tyler taking over the Bulldogs program in 1949. After 6 seasons, he joined the staff at Wichita Falls High School, working under Joe Golding. In 1961, Tyler was named the first head coach of the Rider Raiders football program. He later returned to Old High to take over as head coach from 1980 to 1989, later serving as an assistant at Midwestern State in the early 90s. Joe Bob Tyler is in the Oil Bowl Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame at his alma mater, and the Texas High School Coaches Association Hall of Honor. And now he becomes a member of the Nexstar Sports Hall of Fame. Accepting on behalf of Joe Bob Tyler, his son, Toby Tyler.
Thank you, Tobin.
You're welcome. The podium is yours.
Oh, you turn those lights down a little? You know, listen, folks, I didn't know that for sure that I was going to do this. I mean, my brother and my sister are both better athletes than I was. So I guess I got the short straw. But I'm grateful to be here with all you folks. You know, there's some common denominators I've noticed during the conversation this evening. One is that I used to pick cotton for Dan Owen's daddy, Dawson. And there's no question in my mind why Dan turned out as good as he did, because his dad worked me like a sled dog, and I'm sure he did the same thing to his own. I am grateful, more than you know, to get to accept this award in honor of my father and in his place. He's a great man, had a great wife, Pat, who brought us up, and when he was busy, and that was most of the time, she filled in the blanks. She's probably a Hall of Fame teacher, just like my sister was. And you know, as I think about it, there might have been a lot more trouble with us growing up if we hadn't had 2 really good parents. So I'm grateful for that. You know, you saw the video. My dad was he was the first All-American at that time. It was Northeast Louisiana College. He was a soldier. He was a member of the greatest generation, obviously. And, you know, those folks had a better handle, I think, on some concepts that are pretty important, I know, to a lot of people here. And that's another reason I'm grateful to be here in, you know, the Wichita Falls area, because I graduated from Rider High School. I played for my dad. As a matter of fact, I remember after one issue, and this is before I got to the varsity, I played for Coach Leo Britton, who's a Hall of Famer himself, the late Leo Britton. I was walking by the coach's office, and I heard my dad call Coach Britton in. And he said, "Hey, Coach, I heard somebody got knocked out in Bull in the Ring down there in practice today." This was the B team. Coach Britton was the head B team coach. Coach Britton said, "Oh, yeah, Coach." He said, "You know, Toby came at me kind of hard, and I did. That's the only 2 times I've been knocked out in my life." He said, "Yeah, it was Toby." And my dad said, "Oh, he'll be all right." So, you know, it was, he was tougher than a $2 steak, but he was also, you know, somebody that if he told you a chicken picked cotton, you better get that hen a toe sack and knee pads. The other thing, I guess, that I remember about him, and I'll, you know, kind of elevate it a little bit here. I was an English major in college. He was as constant as the North Star in commitment, with honor, with strength of character. These were things that were not negotiable to him. As a matter of fact, I think he also worked me like a sled dog. The only thing that I remember about my weekends as a little boy was getting to go to see Paul Brotherton at Brotherton and White, because he always bought me a Dr. Pepper. And those weren't allowed at my house. So, you know, we drank a lot of water, we stayed hydrated, and let me tell you what, when it was hot, we were getting ready. I mean, we had 2-a-days at home when I was 6 years old. Anyway, Tobin McDuff, I want to thank you for the, the praise that you provided for my great dad when you phoned me to tell me about this. I want you all to know, too, that I have a little bit of a special interest in this, not just being the son, but I'm a retired 5A high school principal. So, I started out in Dallas ISD, so I know the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I want every one of you to know out there, I love you people. I was a 1A high school principal a couple of times and retired from a 5A high school. So I covered the whole spectrum. And there's no place better, and I've been all over Texas, and I spent a little bit of time in the United States Marine Corps. There's no place better than this area. You are all living proof, if I may use one of the lines from Mike Lindell, the I-Pillow guy. With God, all things are possible. God bless you. God bless Texas. God bless the United States of America. Salute the flag.
Don't forget your trophy and go get your picture taken. You're welcome. You're welcome. Please